Wargamers. Today I'm going to talk about a army list that was sent to me by a patron looking to get a Brigade Detachment. That's that super big command point intensive detachment on the board using only 1,500 points of Tau. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to actually make that happen. If you want me to review your army list, head on over to my Patreon page, become a patron, and yeah, you can send me your list, whether it's Tau or something else. I will review and revise it and make a video just like this one, or maybe even a better one, hopefully not a worse one. Yeah. Cool. So let's look at the original list, and then I will show you the revised list. Both these lists, of course, are going to be in the description below, so if you want to follow along, go ahead and do that. Alright, so the original list has 6 troop choices, of course, and this is one of the challenges in making a brigade detachment, is getting those 6 troop choices. Here we have 3 units of breacher teams and 3 units of strike teams. For breacher teams, we have 2 5-man units and a 7-man unit, and for strike teams, we have 2 5-man units and an 8-man unit. This is a fine way to fill up your troops. However, I think in this format, we really want to focus more on strike teams. They're going to be a little bit more versatile. You're not going to have to put points into Devilfish to move those breachers around, and they're just going to give you a little bit more wiggle room with the rest of your army, which you're going to need. So for getting a brigade detachment on the battlefield at 1,500 points, I'm going to say stick with strike teams. Don't bother with breacher teams, just go with strike teams. For the elite section, we have a Firesight Marksman, which is pretty much the cheapest way that you can fill an elite slot. And again, if we're just trying to get the detachment on the tabletop, that's an alright option. It is a reliable Markerlight as well, so there's that. But in a more fluid construction regime, we probably wouldn't take that, but here I think that actually works out fairly well because, again, it fills the slot and gives you a nice Markerlight. Sure, let's go for it. A unit of stealth battlesuits, so 3 with counterfire defense systems, and then a homing beacon. The homing beacon, with the rest of this list, there's not a lot that it's going to do, so I would not include that. And the counterfire defense system, just it's more points on something that isn't really going to make a huge difference for your unit, especially because only 3 dudes. So I would drop the support systems on that as well. A single hazard suit occupies another elite slot, this time using fusion cascades. This is potentially a good use of that homing beacon, but I just really don't like fusion cascades. If you lose that 3-man unit of stealth suits, this fusion class cascade hazard suit is practically useless. I would stay away from that. And then a ghost kill battle suit. Ghost kill with fusion collider at that. Again, I think fusion colliders on ghost kills are really unreliable. The ghost kill itself is fairly durable. In fact, it's really durable because of that -2 to hit. But the fusion collider, the fusion loadout, just never pays off for me. I never get that sweet victory that I'm looking for from the ghost kill. He just always kind of whiffs out. So I'd probably stay away from that. For fast attack, we have 2 units of Pathfinders, 1 with the pulsed accelerator drone, which if you're bringing a ton of strike teams, works out okay, but it's not necessary. And then a 6-man unit of Vespid, which Vespid are nice. They kind of fill the same role here as those breachers, so I could go either way on that. And then for heavy support, we have 2 units of sniper drones and a hammerhead. The sniper drones are, again, the cheaper way to fill a heavy support slot, so I get taking that. They also work well if you're going to be taking marksmen, so that works out okay. The hammerhead I like, but if I'm ever going to take a single hammerhead, it's always going to be long strike. I don't think it's worth ever taking just a single normal hammerhead. So yeah, I mean, again, we're trying to fill that heavy support slot, so I can see why we included it here, but All right, and then in the HQ slot, we have a Fireblade, we have Darkstrider, and we have Shadowsun, which are kind of a motley crew for this army list. I think the Fireblade works out really well. He's kind of a de facto inclusion for HQ units, in my opinion, especially if you're bringing infantry. Darkstrider, he's an okay choice. He's going to benefit those breachers really well. He's also going to help out, a strike team potentially, but more or less, I'm lukewarm on him in this list. And then Shadowsun is kind of the odd child out. I know that, being able to have Master War twice, being able to reroll your misses is awesome, but I think there's a better direction that we can go with this list aside from that here. Part of that is you're just going to have a hard time getting all the things that you want to benefit from that Master of War ability in proximity to Shadowsun multiple times. And she's going to be wanting to be in a different part of the battlefield than the things that you're going to want to pair with her. So, yeah, so she doesn't quite, jive with the rest of the list. Overall, I think this list kind of lacks synergy. There isn't a whole lot of things that really work together here, and you can really tell that the emphasis is on filling the detachment and not necessarily making a coherent army, and that's fine, that's cool. I think it's a fun challenge to try to get all these things on here, but there's also probably a way that we can shift this to be a little bit more aggressive. Specifically with the breacher teams, I don't think the breacher teams are really going to do a whole lot here just because they're short range. We need Devilfish, and we don't want to invest the points in Devilfish in this setup. So breacher teams I would toss aside. Same thing with Shadowsun. I would switch her out for something else. The Stealth Suits aren't bringing a whole lot to the table. They're going to help out with that single hazard suit, but you're investing a lot of points in just getting that single hazard suit on the table, and then it's not even that good of a shooter. So I think that role can be filled better by other options. Both with the stealth team and the hazard suit, I would switch those out, as well as a ghost kill. I don't think it's bringing a whole lot to the table. For fast attack, the Vespid are okay, but again, they're kind of redundant with the breachers. I said that I would shy away from the breachers, so you could keep them in there, but you'll see we're going to kind of shift this list to not even need Vespid. You're going to see the new list and you'll be like, I don't even know what Vespid are. I don't care about Vespid. I got something better. So that's what we're going to do. And then heavy support. Having the sniper teams, in general are not awesome, but they do have saber protocols, which, is nice. And they are snipers, which, would be useful if they had a gun worth shooting. But yeah, they're going to fill the list. They're going to fill up that heavy support slot for you, and I think that's a fair option at this point if that's the objective. So let's look at the revised list. All right, so I stuck with it. I kept it as a brigade detachment, but in this revised list, I kind of focused it more to have more efficient options for anti-vehicle and also, kind of having a more rounded anti-infantry option as well. So for HQs, we kept that Cadre Fireblade. Like I said, I think he's really good for a for infantry-based army list, and that's definitely a major component of this list. So Fireblade is awesome. Having said that, we wanted to shy away from the ghost kill, we wanted to shy away from the hazard suits. I did include three commanders in this list with 4 fusion blasters each. They're going to take care of that anti-vehicle role for you very easily, and yeah, it should work out really well. For troops, I shifted everything to be strike teams. So everything is strike teams. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of 5-man strike teams. And yep, that fills up your troops choices for you. They all have pulse rifles, so they're going to be in range of most things most of the time. So you don't have to worry about the range issues associated with breachers. You just have that nice backbone of strength 5 shots to rely on. And the Fireblade is going to be able to give you plenty of extra shots when they're within 15. For elites, you know, the elite section before really wasn't working for me, and as much as I would never take a Firesight Marksman in a different format, I think they offer a really good option here for filling up the elite section without weighing you down and taking up a lot of your flexibility in your other slots. So I have 3 Firesight Marksmen here. That's 3 2-up Markerlights, and it's going to synergize really well with the sniper drones that I left in the list as well. So 3 Firesight Marksmen here. For fast attack, we have a unit of Pathfinders just to give you a few more things, a few more Markerlight hits. You already have 4 2-up Markerlights in the list, but having just this extra unit of Pathfinders gives you the option to do things like grab the relic if you want to do that, if that's a mission, but also top you off to 5 or five Markerlights on a single target, or spread some Markerlights somewhere else as well. So they give you a little bit more flexibility. And then I took a Yvara because I think Yvaras are awesome, and why not? The original list included some Forge World items, so I figured it was fine to include a Yvara in this one. So that's what I did. And in order to support the Yvara and the other pricier units in the list, I took a unit of 6 shield drones as another fast attack option. So that fills out the fast attack. Moving on to heavy support, like I said, I kept those shield drones, and that's all my heavy support options are not shield drones, sniper drones. That's what I meant. So I kept the 3 units of sniper drones. It fills up the heavy support slot easily, and they can give you a little bit more anti-infantry or anti-character options. Primarily, this list is going to have this solid anti-infantry firing base in terms of the sniper drones and the strike teams, and then it's going to rely on the fusion commanders and the Yvara to go upfield and kick butt and take names for your heavier targets. But at 1,500 points, a single Yvara can pull a lot of weight, and 3 fusion commanders are also going to do a lot of damage. So I think it actually is going to work out fairly well considering the point limit. It's well-rounded. It's going to have plenty of shots to take out a mass infantry army, and it's going to have the anti-armor ability to deal with more durable armies as well. So yeah, that's my take on a Brigade Detachment Tau list at 1,500 points. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think this list would be fun to play, great. If you think it needs work, which certainly is a possibility, let me know how you would tweak it in the comments below. I think this is a great opportunity for me to learn and also to start conversations. So yeah, please let me know how you would tweak the list in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. If you want me to review your list, again, head on over to Patreon, become a patron, and it's as easy as that. Finally, happy wargaming.